And so that's what I really think about troll dolls. Um, hey, what's up? Uh, it's going to be my first video for my new YouTube page, or channel, I'm sorry, YouTube channel, Sixx Daze. I had several people that were just now getting into my comedy and they like watching my videos, but they don't like the Sixx Daze thing, and that's cool. Not judging or anything like that. I know not a whole lot of people like them, but there are some. So I created this page to, in case you can't tell, I'm in my granddaughter's bedroom. Uh, to just put these on there so that way the people who want to watch them can go there and that's all that's on there, nothing else. And the people who want to watch my comedy can go to my regular Bob Sixx channel and watch that. The first topic I'm going to cover, next time I'm going to cover parenting. Uh, yeah, I'm really a good parent. No matter what people think about me as a person, I'm a good parent. So next time I'll cover parenting, but this time I'm going to cover, excuse me, who named you the king of comedy? Let me say this before I get started. A lot of people think when I ask them, so what'd you think about that set? That I want them to tell me how to construct a joke or how to construct my set. Nope, don't give a shit what you think about that. I do me, you do you. I've worked with some comedy legends and not one of them have ever told me how to be me. Not one of them have ever said, hey, this is how you should tell that joke. And if I was going to take advice from somebody, it'd be one of them. When I asked you what you thought about a set, did you think it was funny? That's it. It's kind of like when you go to dinner at someone's house and they go, so what'd you think? Regardless if it was perfect or you would have served mashed potatoes instead of baked potato or red wine instead of white wine, you don't fucking sit there and go, well, the meat was a little overcooked for my taste and all this shit. Well, I guess some rude pricks do, but for the most part, as long as the meal didn't suck ass, you say it was good or it was all right, something like that. If you liked it. If you hated it, you might give them a meh. And if you hate one of my sets or one of my jokes that just offends the fuck out of you, that's fine to tell me. I'm a big boy. That doesn't hurt my feelings. But for you to tell me how to be me, if you were so goddamn smart, you would be a legend. You would be out there knocking it out. I've seen a lot of people perform that criticize me, and I give advice when I'm asked for advice, specifically for advice. If somebody asks me how'd I do, did okay, you did okay. If it wasn't your best, I'm not going to tell you it was your best, but I'm not going to tell you how to do it. I've had people ask me about writing jokes, ask me to help them write jokes, or what do you think would be a better ending to this or set up, whatever. And I can help with that, give you input. That don't mean you got to take it. If you ask me about your stage presence, I can give you advice on that too. But as far as you asking me, what did you think? I either liked it or I didn't. It was either great or it wasn't. The thing that really gets me is when someone who is not a comedian tells me, well, this is what people want to hear. How the fuck do you know? You flip burgers at McDonald's or whatever the fuck you do. You're not a comedian. You might make people at work laugh. I mean, I make a whole lot more people laugh just in general conversations. Being on stage is different than everyday life. Things that work a lot of times in everyday life is all in the timing. It was funny at that moment. It wouldn't transfer to stage. If it does, I transfer it, make it work. But as far as you didn't like something, it's okay to say, well, I didn't like this and I didn't like that. That's fine. But to tell me well, you need to do this or you need to do that, that's not cool, man. It doesn't really hurt my feelings. It kind of, well, it doesn't hurt my feelings at all, trust me. Um, it's kind of insulting. I don't come to your job and tell you how to do your job unless I know how to do your job better than you. But even then, I wouldn't come to your job and tell you how to do it. Uh, but I have a lot of people that like to tell me, well, people don't want to hear that. People don't want to hear you say fuck. Well, fuck you. If you don't like what I'm saying, don't watch me. Um, it's all subjective. There's some jokes that I tell that I know rub some people the wrong way. Everybody does. Right now, uh, there's some comedians under a lot of fire for some jokes, but I'm not up there to hurt anybody's feelings. Like when I do my bum jokes, I know that's not PC to say bum. But when I do bum jokes, it seems to offend some people. I don't fuck with bums in real life. I actually, well, bums I don't fuck with at all, but homeless people who are just down on their luck and need help, I give them money. I don't fuck with them. I don't think it's funny. A lot of shit that I say in real life, in a real situation, is not funny. It's not funny anywhere other than on stage. Um, I had somebody give me some input about how they perceive my stage presence. I took that well. I understood what he was saying, and it was a valid point. But that's also his interpretation of it. He didn't tell me how to be. I take that well when people give me input. I feel they care, and you're almost there. It's almost something I like, but it's as a whole. If I bomb, I don't take that personal. It just wasn't my night, because I could do the exact same set again in another town or with another crowd, and it fucking kills. Well, I shouldn't use that term because people frown upon that. The only awkwardness I have on stage, because I don't get stage fright, I love being on stage. The only awkwardness I have is I have to, because of how fast my mind fires, stop and think about what I'm saying. Because God forbid you fucking say a joke someone else has said, you will get tore the fuck up. And it's not that I give a shit what other comics think about me. I don't want to hear it. I don't come and shit on you guys that are doing memes, well-known memes on stage. You do you. I'm not going to tell you how to be you. I'm not going to shit on you for going up there telling a joke I've heard 50,000 times, a joke I've known since the fucking 5th grade. I've done shit like that. It just depends on the situation. But I try to avoid that. And that's one thing that distracts me on stage is, man, my mind's firing, but I have to stick to what I've written and make sure I don't fuck up and say something else. It's just I don't feel like listening to it. But when you're going to tell a comedian what you thought about them, it's okay to say, well, I was offended, which is tough shit. Nobody really cares. But don't come up and say, this is what everybody wants to hear, or this is how you should tell a joke, or this is how you should stand, or this is how you should hold the mic, or this is how many times you should say fuck, or you shouldn't say fuck. Nobody wants to hear that. You're not everybody. You are not the authority. If you were, then every single comedian in the world would have to come before you and get a certificate from you with your approval. I don't get it, and I don't know if it's because I'm a comic. I don't go tell other comics how to be comics. I don't go up there and tell them, well, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, unless they ask my advice and they're doing, or my opinion, and they're doing something wrong. But see, I do it. So, regardless if you're a comedian or not, I've worked with legends who, if they have told me, don't do that, I would probably think about it. When I opened for Rodney Carrington, name dropping, I'll probably get some shit for that. He was, at the time, it was right before he got his record deal, he was trying to clean up his act, try to not be so dirty. Not that he's overly vulgar, but he was leaning more towards family friendly from what he said. So he asked me not to be so dirty, but then stressed, never compromise your material, not even for me. And I was opening for him. I've seen comedians say, well, you shouldn't go up before somebody else and you go up and do blue material. Don't put me on your show if you can't follow that. If you're that good, or as good as you think you are, you can recover from whatever. I follow a lot of shitty comics. I get put up after people go up and bomb. That doesn't affect me. I go up and I do my thing. I've gone up after some people that are really foul-mouthed. For those of you that think I'm really foul-mouthed on stage, spend some time talking to me off stage. I have an extremely foul mouth. And that's why I've talked my entire life. I don't do it to offend anybody. I have literally cussed as long as I've spoken audible words. You can ask my mom. That's just how I am. I tried really hard when me and my wife first had kids to stop doing it. I can't. That's how I talk. And if you don't like it, it's tough shit. Don't talk to me. When I get up on stage, go to the bathroom, go outside, smoke a cigarette, or go polish your shoes, or whatever the fuck you want to do, go do that. But I cuss less on stage on purpose. And maybe that's another thing that caused awkwardness for me. I talk way worse off stage in real life in everyday conversations than I do on stage. But I'm purposely, by design, trying not to be as foul-mouthed on stage. Because it does broaden the audience. And you may be going, well, look at you're contradicting yourself. No, I'm not contradicting myself. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And I'm going to say what I'm going to say. And if people don't like it, they don't like it. But I'm not worried about the people that don't like me. I'm worried about the people who do like me. So I stay true to myself and my comedy. I had a comedian take a pretty good stab at me, insinuating that I was a lower level comic because of the way I talk. Oh, bring yourself up. You can do clean material. It'll make you a better comic, or some bullshit like that. You're clean and you're not funny. I don't know that he's going to watch this, but that has nothing to do with it. Robert Schimmel, my all-time favorite comedian, I watched him in an interview and they brought that up to him. Oh, isn't that going for a cheap laugh, dropping F-bombs and stuff? And he said, no. My making people who are offended by the word fuck laugh at a joke where I say fuck shows that I've won, because they've gotten past the word that offends them and actually heard what I said. So I take that with me on stage too. I don't want to listen to any comic, and I've seen a bunch of them do it. Just get up there and fuckity fuck fuck fuck. See how many times they can say fuck in 5 minutes. That's absurd. And when they do that, I just block it out and stop paying attention. And that's from somebody who says fuck all the time. So to tell a comedian how to be a comedian, or what the general population wants, who named you their fucking spokesperson? And if they were going to pick a spokesperson, why the fuck would they pick you? That doesn't make any sense. So I fully take when somebody says, well, I didn't like that, that's fine. But don't speak for everyone. It's you and your opinion. And that's fine to have your opinion. But remember, I'm not coming to your job telling you how to do it. And if I ate at your house, I wouldn't tell you, well, I would have served baked potato instead of mashed potatoes, or green beans instead of corn, or regular corn instead of corn on the cob. I wouldn't do that. If it was edible, it was fine. I know this is a little sketchy and jumping around. I gotta get back in the swing of things, because there are some people who really like these things. So this is the first one under my belt. If you got some topics you want to hear about, because I'm going to talk about every motherfucking thing, make a comment. If you hated this, make a comment. If you loved it, make a comment. The most important thing, three most important things: Number one, you watched it all the way to this point. Number two, click the thumbs up button or the thumbs down, whichever one you want. I don't really care. At least I know I got to you and you heard what I said. Doesn't mean you have to like it. And number three, which is probably the most important, subscribe, or whichever way it is, subscribe. And get some open-minded people to subscribe too. I don't need a bunch of dicks preaching to me, which I might get those. I might get some hate. Hell, it's the fucking internet. Who cares? I'm watching a comedian right now get death threats over a joke. Anyways, those of you that have been here since the beginning, well, not on this channel, but watching my videos, thank you. I totally appreciate you. I can never express my gratitude. Those of you that are new, welcome. I hope it's fun. And those of you that hate me, thanks for watching and thanks for caring enough to hate me. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.